The moose is an iconic Northwoods animal that has had an important presence in Minnesota for hundreds of years. However, moose in Minnesota experience periods of steep population decline over the last 3 decades. Scientists from across the state have worked to find out why the population declined. From airplanes, helicopters, snowmobiles, and by foot, they have studied nutrition, fertility, habitat, behavior, population trends, and deaths.
My name is Glenn Delgides, and I am the moose and deer research scientist for the Minnesota DNR.
Mike Schrag, I'm the wildlife biologist for the Fond du Lac Band of Lake Superior, Chippewa.
Steve Windels, I'm a wildlife biologist here at Voyageurs National Park.
My name is Seth Moore. I'm the Director of Biology and Environment for the Grand Portage Band of Lake Superior, Chippewa.
Minnesota is a leader in moose research. Significant resources have been invested to help scientists understand our moose decline. The research findings from Minnesota's moose studies are impressive and unlike anywhere else in the world. A lot has been learned. Through all of this research, one thing has become clear. The factors influencing moose survival are intertwined and complicated.
There's no one easy answer, but certainly we have an abundant predator population. The white-tailed deer and the brainworm parasite that they carry has also had a significant impact on our moose herd. And I think changes in habitat over time and a decline in quality moose habitat has also had a big impact on our moose herd.
Normal is, a questionable thing. It's really hard to say what is normal in this population because it has decreased so sharply and has remained quite low. But what we learned, what was really important, is that health-related issues were accounting for 2/3 of the mortality of the adult moose. The wolf predation accounted for about 1/3 of the mortality of the adult moose.
Mortality, or death studies, have helped reveal the health challenges moose face. While predators, such as wolves and bear, have an impact on Minnesota's moose, they don't seem to be the number one factor behind declines. The primary threat to moose in northeastern Minnesota appears to be an array of parasites and diseases. Climate change is likely affecting moose as well, but its impacts are difficult to separate from other health challenges.
When we have a warmer climate, we end up with early snowmelt. That affects tick loads and tick populations on moose. Sometimes we get very heavy infestations of winter ticks on moose that causes anemia and starvation and hair loss. In addition to that, brainworm is a parasite transmitted by deer. In warm winters, deer populations tend to thrive, so we get higher transmission rates of brainworm into moose. I think the most surprising thing about doing this work is just how difficult it is for a moose to survive.
Minnesota's moose research leaves biologists and natural resource managers with unanswered questions. Are there particular areas where moose are picking up deadly parasites? How effective would controlling wolf or deer populations be in helping moose? How much could moose habitat be improved with large-scale forest burning? Would there even be public support for these actions?
Managing wildlife, again, is a super complex problem. I think the public and even agency managers just want an answer. They want one answer. Which lever do we pull to make moose go up? And unfortunately, in some cases, we don't know which lever to pull. In some cases, you have to pull one lever this way and push another lever that way. And sometimes the lever that we say we should pull to change the moose was just socially or politically not feasible for a variety of reasons, or economically.
As moose in other parts of the world may face similar threats, scientists look to the groundbreaking work done in Minnesota for insight and guidance. The goal is that the research can translate into management actions to help sustain Minnesota's moose population and populations elsewhere well into the future.